What an honor and privilege to be standing in front of you tonight. And I would like to first commend you for being here. I believe that, like Tado said, you guys will, by the time you walk out of here, you will realize the greater lights that you guys have within yourselves. Okay, so when I got the invitation, there was no way that I could say, no thanks, I'm too busy. I can't come. I accepted, it was a no-brainer for me. I accepted like this. But then I had to then think, what do I say to the brilliant minds of UJ? Because they told me it's going to be first years, second years, third years, everyone. So, well, and then I had to give a topic, and I'm like, so now I have to do research, but then I had to then think, what do you guys want to hear at this point in time? You guys want to hear, or I hope that's what you want to hear, how did I make it? How did a 25-year-old woman become a CA, right? So with that said, the answer was easy. Grace of God. I believed in myself. So it was that easy. But no, I had to dig deeper. And I thought faith without works is dead. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to preach. This is not the platform. So I'm not going to now come giving you scriptures. But that's the thought process that I followed, right? Then I remembered that throughout my life, with every circumstance that I went through, there were lessons that I took from it. And I believe those lessons are the ones that afforded me the opportunity to be standing in front of you today. So like, as I said, from KwaZulu-Natal, I mentioned that I have a beautiful son who is 9 years old. You guys are accountants, so you can make the math. Should be easy enough. Yeah, so if you calculate, I got my son when I was 16, and today I'm a proud mother, and I instill the same values that I've learned over the years to him. But to others, I was one of the 24 girls that were pregnant that year. That was in 2006. And of those 24 girls, I can count with my hand how many people made it and how many people, after 3 years, they had another baby. So I don't want to say that I was special. I don't want to say I was special because I managed to break through that stigma that came with teenage pregnancy. But I do want to say that I realize that failure doesn't mean the end. When you fail, you need to still get up. That's what matters. So you fall, and then you get up, and you chin up, and you continue your journey. So I had to chin up. There was no time to pity party myself. I had put myself in the situation, right? And although I do allow that you can have a day or two in a month to pity party yourself and feel sorry for yourself, it's okay, but get over it. Because the reality is that life is not fair. I didn't ask to be born out of poverty, but it happened. I didn't ask that my mom must be a domestic worker and not be privileged, because you know other kids are privileged, so your mom is a domestic worker, then the employer would put the kids through school. No, I was not that fortunate. And I lived in a two-room house, which was a room and a kitchen, with 8. There was 8 of us in the house. So life is not fair, right? You do agree. Like, life wasn't fair, but it's what you make of it that differentiates you. So I had to look beyond my circumstance. I remember the young girl in me saying, one day I'll build my mom a house. I remember before I was even pregnant, because the realities were that in my township, you were born to have a child. But I remember saying, even if I can get pregnant, I'll go back to school. And exactly that happened. Power of the mouth, right? I should have hoped that I don't get pregnant. You know, I should have been smart enough. But it's what you do. I believe that all 24 of us at school were given the chance to continue. No one was expelled, right? But I made sure that my teachers, because I was one of the top students at school, so I was known, so my pregnancy became even bigger. But I made sure that they still saw Charity. Not Charity the pregnant girl, Charity the top student. So what did I do? Even after giving birth, I was due to write exams for September for my grade 11, which I knew, by the way, that my grade 11 results were my ticket to getting a bursary, because there was no way that my mom could have even afforded registration fees. So with that, I remember this one night, Oniso was crying, that's my son's name, and I was breastfeeding him as I was studying, right? I did not leave that desk. So I want to tell you, no matter how tough it gets, no matter how life looks so bleak, do not leave that desk. Do not leave that desk, right? I sat and I went to write. I then was position 2 of 2 people that passed in my grade that term. And I remember people asking me, but it doesn't make sense. How did you make it? Well, for me, it was my attitude. I had to put my attitude in the right place. So I want to say to you tonight, if you are hopeless, if you are feeling like, what's the point? With everything that's happening even now in the country, maybe you are part of those people that wish that UJ can just, put down their fees and all of that. But what I want to say to you is, if you're feeling that way, how about you check your attitude? Is your attitude in the right place? And over and above that, check the people that you surround yourself with, right? So I believe that what you eat, you are the people that you surround yourself with. So I had to surround myself with positive people, ambitious people, people that had the same goal as I had, right? And I want you to do that tonight. And unfortunately, this might even mean leaving the friends that you know. Because there's nothing as draining as a person that's negative. Like the person that's just forever complaining. I just cannot deal with it. So I'm telling you tonight, complaining is not gonna get you anywhere. But this is what I promise you. I believed in my story, right? I knew that my mom couldn't afford fees and stuff in high school, so I was like, I'm gonna excel so that I can get academic scholarship. In grade 11, my teachers, even when I was pregnant, they still managed to get Saturday school for me, which meant I attended extra English, physics, maths, and that helped me. I then won an award. That was, they said charity has got what it takes, right? So because I believed in my story, someone else believed in it. So you're not gonna sell me your story if you do not know what you're about. So I'm saying tonight to you that it may feel like, if you want to get into CTA, the average doesn't make sense, it's just not adding up. I know you've already calculated. Like I need to get, and so just know, this is what I want you to do. Forget about that. I have my mentee, she's here in the room, and life is tough for her. But this is what I told her. I was like, forget that you don't know how you're gonna pay your fees at the end of the year. Focus on studying, focus on your exam. And I promise you, when you do well, someone is going to buy into your story. You're going to get your degree, right? And this is what I'm telling you guys today. Along the years I've been coming to university, for me, you guys, take this moment. It is an honor and privilege that you are sitting here tonight. There are kids that would do anything to be sitting where you're sitting. So I had to tell myself that this was it. Tutu had believed in me, and if I dropped the ball, it's over. It's not to say it wasn't easy. There were days where I sat in my room and I cried because life gets tough. Yes, I never struggled much with my academics because I always asked for help. There was a tutor, there was a senior, there was a lecturer, there was an academic clerk. There were so many resources for me. But I had to tell myself that, you know what, there's no other way. Like it's either now or never. And before I play the video tonight, because God is good, today a boy who's at UNISA from Durban emailed me. And I could feel his broken heart. He was like, so tell me, how does one improve their grades? And obviously I told him, well, you have to first work consistently. You cannot, you have to work on a daily. It's a daily process. And I was telling him all of this, and then he responded, and then he said, well, I wouldn't call myself an A student. And it's even worse when you're at UNISA and you don't have classes, and you get tutorials two times before the exam, something like that. And then he says that, he said that the tutors do offer tutorials for 250 rands. 250 rands. And then he said, but because my parents cannot afford it, I cannot even attend those classes. And the kids that get those classes make it, right? So think about it. You just have to go to your tutorials. I was a tutor before I was an academic clerk. It frustrated me that there were people that did not attend their tutorials. It didn't make sense. It just, to me, it didn't make sense. So I'm telling you, in your lifetime, there will be people who be there. Like, here's my hand, I want to help you. But it's up to you. It's up to your mindset, up to your attitude. It's up to you to reach out. It's up to you. I can only reach you so far. So the responsibility is with you. I'm going to play this video, and maybe some of you might have seen it already, but just I don't know how to double click. Yeah. Okay. Technology, guys. Ish. Volume. Okay. Volume. Is it fine? Is it fine? Okay. Is it? Yes. Sorry. It is. I think it's fine. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. In my closing, I want to say, I know you guys have been preparing. I know the 3rd years, the preparation didn't start now, this year. It started from your 1st year. We know the amount of work you guys have put in. But I'm saying that it's gonna get tough. I'm saying that it's gonna get tough. It got tough for him. And there'll be moments where you feel like you cannot do it anymore. We know your determination. You've told us, like his dad was like, give up. But he was like, no. Then the dad bought into the story. So I want you to replace the father with me. I want you to replace the father with Setu. I want you to replace the father with your lecturers. We are there. We are there for you, and we want to see you finish the race. We're not going to finish with you, but we're going to stand on the sidelines and see you finish. And once you are done, we're going to ovate you. Because you guys, each and every one of you, hold something great within yourselves. And you have got what it takes. Thank you.
The University of Johannesburg. Rethink, reinvent.